Hi there folks, and welcome to the Word Solutions for this week's The Daily Rigour, issue number 76. So we've got a wee education story to start with today. Well, it is a numeracy newspaper after all, isn't it? And we've got football ace Chris Boyd taking part in a very worthwhile government initiative, and he's come up with the excellent idea of practicing vital numeracy skills at home using football shirts. So maybe the parents want to get involved with this excellent idea by Chris here first of all. So anyway, we've got three wee questions for you to answer here using Chris's idea. So we've got Fletcher divided by Brown, so two excellent Scottish midfielders. Do we know what the answer to that is? So of course that's going to be 3. Okay, so we've got a wee kind of continental one here. We've got Ozil to the power of, and if you saw this one I'd be very impressed, but it was the raging right back of the past, the wonderful former Brazilian one, Cafu. So Ozil to the power of Cafu is 11 squared, which is 11 times 11, which of course is 121. And then our last wee one, actually using a wee bit of BODMAS here, so Henri take away Piqué multiplied by Fabregas. So obviously there's two ways you can do this calculation, and only one of the answers is right. So if you did 12 take away 3 is 9, and multiplied it by 4, which is 36, you would have been incorrect, because of course BODMAS means we've got to do the multiplication before the subtraction. So 3 times 4 is 12. 12 take away 12 gives us an answer of 0. So well done if you got any of them right, and well done to Chris Boyd for that excellent idea. Okay, so on to our science story now. So Ben Nevis has now got an automatic weather station. So on Tuesday last week, it was found that the temperature at the top of the mountain was minus 3.6 degrees, and the chill from the wind was minus 12 degrees. So what was the difference between the actual temperature and the wind chill? So we find the difference by difference in other words is how far apart two numbers are on the number line, but we can actually find difference by taking the numbers away from each other. So the biggest number take away the smallest number. But when you're taking away negatives, you've got this little rule, haven't you, where if you take away a negative it's actually the same as adding it. So we've got minus 3.6 and we're going up 12, and that's actually going to take us to 8.4, and that's because minus 3.6 and minus 12 are 8.4 places apart on the number line. Okay, so our sports story now. So we've got seven British-based New Zealand internationals on one heck of a journey with their World Cup playoff with Peru. So they've got to meet up in New Zealand, travel back to Britain for their domestic games, and then of course go to Peru and back again for their international World Cup playoff. Look at the staggering distances involved. So we want the total length of their journey, strictly no calculators allowed. So that means we're going to do an upstairs downstairs sum, and we're going to be very careful to line everything up. So there's our first distance. We're going to add on 6,590.82 miles. So of course making sure we line everything up properly, and if we do that we'll find that we've got nothing above the 2. And then we've got our last distance here as well, and as I say we're going to add all of these together. So first of all the sum looks a wee bit wonky, so sometimes it's good practice just to put a wee 0 up there just to fill it out a bit. So that's what you do when you're adding numbers with different numbers of decimal places to help you keep track of those place values. Okay, and then we start at the right and we do 0 add 2 add 5, which is 7. We do 3 add 8 add 3, so that's going to be 11, and then you add 3, that gives you 14, so 4 carry the 1. I'll put it down the bottom. Personally I usually carry it up the top, doesn't matter as long as you do it. Okay, we're about to add this, but of course we've got to put in our decimal point so that we don't forget to do that. Then we've got 4 add 0 add 6 add 1, which gives us 11, so 1 carry 1. And then we've got 0 add 9 add 0 add 1, which is 10, so we do 0 carry 1. Then you've got 7 add 5 add 3 add 1, so that's going to give us 16, isn't it? So 6 carry 1. Then 1 add 6 add 6 add 1, that's going to give us 14, so 4 carry the 1. And then to finish up we've got 1, but don't forget to go through all of this sum and not forget to add that 1 that you carried, so that's going to give you 2. So the answer there's 24,601.47 miles, and good luck to them. Okay, so our last really tricky puzzle, I'll be wondering how you get on with this, from the technology section. So Twitter planning to increase the number of characters in tweets from 140 to 180 for the majority of users. So pictures will still count as 23 characters. Now excluding this headline, will this news article fit into a single tweet? And you must give a reason for your answer. Okay, so it's a nightmare puzzle to solve. You've got to add up all the characters in this and see how it compares to 280. So forgetting the heading, so the first word's got 7 characters in it, hasn't it? but then of course 1 for the space, 5 for the second word, 1 for the space, 2 for the next word, 1 for the space, so on and so forth. This is what your horrific sum actually looked like. A lot of perseverance required. And then, of course, you've got to add it all up correctly, whether you use the calculator or otherwise. But then the really sneaky bit, you had to add on the picture at the bottom as well, which was 23 characters. And if you did all that, you would have got 281. So let's compare that to 280. Would this message, would this news story fit in a single tweet? The answer is no, it wouldn't fit into a single tweet, since 281 is greater than 280. So if you actually got that puzzle to work out, I will be blown away with your perseverance and resilience. But of course, perseverance and resilience are two very important qualities to develop if you want to improve your numeracy and math skills. So we'll maybe take that as today's lesson. So there you have it, folks, our word solutions for the Daily Rigour issue number 76. Hope you found that enjoyable. We certainly enjoy making them, and we hope you're enjoying using them. But stay tuned for next week's edition, when we'll be looking at stories from the news of the week and the numbers behind them yet again. So in the meantime, thanks for watching, and bye for now.